All right, we're up to number 41, which is, why do we have a body? It is sometimes a very big mistake that we are a body and we have a soul. But the truth is, we are a soul and I have a body. So the first thing that we have to say is that the body is like a garment to the soul. And the question is why. We could maybe just be a soul. God could have just, infuse this soul and not have need to create any body. The truth is that even before we had the body in the physical, like we have today, originally there was a kind of spiritual body in heaven, and therefore there was also a type of body that existed, that God also created on the spiritual level. When we die, also we'll lose this body and get another body. But what's the concept of the body? The body works as a garment. It says the body is the garment of the soul. If we were just a piece of God himself without any distinction, then there'll be no room for individuality and self-expression, meaning that the body is what allows us to express ourselves in an individual way. It allows the artist to create in his own painting, or the musician to express his own song. So we have the soul is like the potential, and obviously each one has a potential that is kind of a bit different, but at the essence is a chelek Elokam Imal, is that we have that piece of God. Then the body is the vessel that will enable to be transformed through the soul. The soul is the artist, and the body is the way the artist is going to shape its imagination and its qualities, its potential. So that's the first thing you have to say. The reason why we have a body is because it allows us to be individual, to create like God create, and it's a way of self-expression. And that's why we even our body, we dress a specific way, we want to look a certain way. It's a very external thing. But it allows us, our body allows us to express what we feel inside. Dancing is an expression of the soul inside. That's why it says that we should dance in front of God. We should sing, because through our body we express what the soul feels, and we all do it in our own specific way. So it creates individuality. Number two is the body is what allows us to be challenged. It allows us to be challenged, and it contains the Yetzer Hara. That's our challenge in order to have our soul be challenged and go on through life, give us a mission, the fight against the body and soul, evil, good and evil. Then number three is the concept of light and vessel, that because we have a body, we can understand the concept of giving and receiving. God, so to speak, is the soul of the world. This world is the vessel that receives. This world is the body. I too have a soul and I have a body. I can understand how my soul needs to give to my body and my body needs to give to the soul. It teaches us that back and forth giving and receiving aspect, and each one, the soul has to know what the body needs. The body needs to know what the soul needs. It's two different brios, two different essence. Qualities and different aspect of creation, and each one has to understand how to give to the other in its own way what it exactly needs. And the last idea is that we are here to elevate the world, to transform the world. The soul. And that's why there's actually the concept that we also have a body in the spiritual world, because we have the ability to not just, I use my body and I leave this world and I go in the spiritual world and there's no more body. And on the contrary, I can take that body and transform that body and elevate that body and become one with that body and that body is going to become spiritual too. It's become part of me. So the concept of fusion, it's not that, yes, at the beginning my body is opposite my soul, it's two different things, but I can create a fusion where they become one. Same concept for us to be able to understand how we can become one with God. It's like God is the soul and the rest of the world is the body. And God is saying, yeah, you're able to become one with me. I'm going to elevate you, I'm going to transform you, and even though we're so different and so opposite, we still are able to become one. Same concept, man, woman, that even though men and women are so different, actually it's interesting, for men and women, we always say that one is the body, one is the soul. The man is the body, the woman is the soul. Some say different. The man is the soul and woman is the body. But whatever it is, it still speaks about a total unification we're trying to achieve. And one elevates the other. It's not just we're going to stay separate, we're becoming one again. Basar echad, one flesh, one soul, two pieces of the soul. And this way we can understand how our whole life is about becoming one with God, unification of the world, yichudim, Shema Yisrael Hashem Hashem Echad, is all about unity and going back to that original state of oneness, but through our own way, so to speak. So those are a few ideas of why we have a body. And B'ezras Hashem, by understanding that, we can learn to use it the right way, learn to unite with it, learn to use it for our challenges in life, in order to grow, and in order to become individuals and become elevated, using the body in order to really achieve our purpose in creation.